We all love some old fashioned slap kiss drama where every impossible crazy thing happens in the name of love and hate. Slap kiss is unique only to thylacons and probably the most popular genre. Here is the list of slap and kiss thylacons. Number 1. Clewin Chewit. Jirawat is a cheerful, hardworking woman who is a famous model and an actress. Her mother married a smarmy but rich man who secretly lusts after his stepdaughter. After he attempts to drug Jirawat, she manages to escape by driving away. Unfortunately, due to forceful drugging, she hits a young woman on the road, who later dies at the hospital. The dead young woman has a fiancé, Satit, who happens to be a lawyer. He vows revenge on the female driver who killed his beloved fiancée. Unfortunately, Jirawat's stepfather and mother used their influence and money to hide and hush all the evidence. Satit decides to stalk and bother her to find the evidence that she is an evil and manipulative temptress. But in the end, he finds out that she is actually a good and a kind person, despite her lowly beginnings, and gradually falls in love with her. Number 2. Le Rattray. Kate's father stole money from Sek's company, and when he finds out, he starts looking for Kate's father. However, Kate's father runs away. When they find him, he has to go to the hospital because of a heart condition. There, he decides to sell Kate to Sek to pay off his debts, and because he knew Sek's family wanted an heir and would take care of Kate. Sek gradually begins to fall in love with Kate. Meanwhile, Sek's ex-wife Itzela doesn't believe Sek has moved on to Kate and continuously chases after him. Number 3. Hua Jai Sila. Tor is a love child of a mistress and a wealthy Heso man. After his mother dies from neglect, Tor is forced to live with his father's family. Abused by his stepmother and stepbrother, he turns to the girl next door, Mingta, who also suffers neglect at the hands of her so-called mother and sister. One night, while being chased by his stepmother, Tor jumps into a river and is presumed dead, though he survives. He is taken under the wing of another prostitute who knew his mother and takes on a new life under the alias Silla. Years later, he returns as a notorious rich pimp with plans to avenge his mother and to get revenge for the torture and pain brought to him by his stepmother and stepbrother. Sila's main goal is to hurt the people that hurt him as a child, but he never expected to see the only friend he ever had as a child, Mingta. As soon as they see each other, she realizes that he looks familiar to her. She notices a ring he wears around his neck and immediately comes to the conclusion that he is Tor, her childhood best friend that supposedly died, but he denies it because of his revenge plan. Number 4. Roy Le Sanay Rai. Kongpok's dad and Nam Nuing's dad used to be good friends. They even invested their own money in the pub business together. This business went too well, and Kongpok's dad betrayed his own friend and stole the whole business money for himself. 20 years ago, and Kongpok's dad knew that he would die soon, and because of his guilt from 20 years ago, he gave Nam Nuing a large amount of money. When his dad died, Kongpok came back from the US for the funeral and found out about the will of his dad. He became very angry and wanted to get back at Nam Nuing. He makes her fall in love with him so that she will sign over all the money to him. After she finds out Nam Nuing wants nothing to do with Kongpok, he just realizes that he was in love with her. Number 5. Game Saneha. Within 2 years, Nok studied abroad. Her parents got divorced. Her father remarried to a former beauty queen who had the same age as hers, while her mother also flirted with several younger men. The effects of a broken family made her more jealous, ill-tempered and obsessive into getting her parents back together. Nai, a distant relative of Nok's mother who grew up along with her, is a very capable man who was enjoying a top position in her father's company. He also started living at her house, which made her more furious, and she wanted to eliminate him from her family. When Nok and Nai were forced to get married, she planned and played the game of love to hurt him, but Nai's feeling for her was sincere all along. Number 6. So Very. Two hotel moguls, once family friends since the grandparents' generation, now sworn enemies, are fighting over who will reign supreme. Prinut never thought that he would be a part of the hatred. Although his father is the son-in-law of Srimantra, his mom was only a mistress who was abandoned in America. Growing up, he never knew that having a father was like. Paramita is the only heiress to the famous emperor real estate mogul. She was pulled into this warring game after being drugged and sent to him as a ransom. 4 years later, she came back with twin children but told everyone that they were her cousins. Prinut and Paramita meet again but standing on opposite sides of the line as sworn enemies. Although they had the twins, not as chains of love but chains of enemies that tied them together unwillingly. Number 7. Ra-Raing Phi. Yada's father frames Chakrit's father for murder and has him arrested. Years later, Chakrit wants revenge on Yada's family. He starts by seducing Yada's sister, then abandoning her on their wedding day, embarrassing her and the family in front of the guests. Yada is very angry at the man who hurt her family and wants revenge. Yada and Chakrit fight each other on their family's behalf, both of them seeing through the other person's tricks. The siblings soon join in, leading to a huge fiasco of revenge, often backfiring on the perpetrators. Number 8. Gamerai Gamerak. Saikon is an islander living on Min Island. One day, destiny leads him to find Falada, a 17-year-old girl lying unconscious on the beach. When she wakes up, he realizes that she lost all her memories. Saikon takes care of her and names her Nangfa, that is, the angel. They fall in love with each other and live together. One day, Chompopre, Falada's sister, saw her sister's picture in the tourist magazine, so she sends people to take Falada back. Saikon is very sorry and has to take care of his baby alone on the island. Falada gets treatment until she regains her memories, but she loses her memories about Saikon, her baby, and everything during the time that she is missing. Chompopre lies to her sister and doesn't tell her anything about the Min Island. When Saikon awakens, he is devastated to learn that his Nangfa is gone. He decides to go to Bangkok to look for her, only to find out that Falada doesn't remember him at all. Number 9. Kanla Krang Neu Nai Hua Jai. Fasai is heartbroken after her ex-boyfriend cheated on her, yet he still has the nerve to ask her to take him back. So to avoid him, Fasai's friend took her on a trip to Japan. While she was there, Fasai was held at gunpoint by a Hong Kong mafia named Daniel Wong. The man was shot and needed a place to stay that night, so he ordered Fasai to take him to the hotel room, and that's how the story began. Number 10. Piang Chai Kon Ni Mai Chai Pu Weist. Satawat is a doctor whose mother has a gambling addiction, and Anusania's family owns a wealthy company. Satawat's mother owes a lot of money to Anusania's company, and in order to erase the debt, Satawat's mother and Anusania's aunt cook up a plan to marry Satawat and Anusania to each other to get rid of the debt. Anusania's half-uncle, Chayakon, breaks up with his girlfriend Somika and reveals his love for Anusania. Anusania, not wanting Chayakon to have any hope, agrees to marry Satawat. Desperate Somika falls for Satawat but finds out that he belongs to Anusania, her greatest rival. In vengeance, Somika tries everything to split the couple. Number 11. Saneha Sunea Kain. Kin, the wealthy president of KTK Corporation, just married his longtime girlfriend of 7 years, Ganok. A young lady named Tawan has just left the airport after finding out that a longtime fiancé has been cheating on her with another woman who is pregnant with him and is breaking off their engagement. Tawan has faithfully supported her fiancé financially and emotionally for years, only to find out that all along he has been using her. Tawan, hurt and heartbroken, walks home in the rain, but while crossing the street is hit by Ganok's car. In the aftermath of the accident, Tawan is hospitalized, but Ganok is pronounced dead. Devastated, Kin demands to know who caused his wife's car accident. When he discovers her identity, he vows to do everything in his power to exact revenge on Tawan for killing his bride. Tawan unwittingly falls right into his trap when she signs an employment contract with Kin. Will Kin ever be free from his anger and hurt? Or will his need for revenge drive both him and Tawan into greater tragedy? Number 12. Raing Tawan. Tough guy and landowner Suryan Aka Naipu is determined to bring justice to his old sister's killer. Tantawan Aka Kate, who returns from studying abroad, discarding her dream of becoming a fashion designer in order to deal with her older brother Nopasit's tragedy. He is being accused of murdering his wife, Suryan's older sister. To make matters worse, Suryan believes that Tantawan is conspiring with Nopasit to cover up his evil deed. Stranded in the middle of his family drama is young Nongpit, Nopasit's son and Suryan's nephew. Sickly and afraid, he only wants his aunt Kate. Suryan is bent on revenge while Tantawan is trying to care for Nongpit and prove his family innocence. Aum Sushar play Tantawat or Kate's best friend, a wealthy socialite, and Peach Pachara plays a young playboy who likes Aum, or perhaps Tantawan. Number 13. Rakrai. Win and Lek are best friends. Lek is in love with Win, but Win is dating Lek's older sister. When Lek leaves to go study overseas, she promises that Win will be the first person to see her degree when she comes back. While Lek is away, tragedy falls and Win's parents pass away. Win is also in a car accident. All this happens without Lek knowing. So when Lek comes back looking for Win, only to hear that the entire Wongsukan family has passed on, she is devastated. But Win is actually still alive and has been living in hiding for 3 years. All he wants is revenge for the wrongs done to him and his family, wrongs that have been instigated by Lek's own family. Will Win forgive past wrongs, or will he use Lek as a tool in his plan of vengeance? Number 14. Game Paya Baat. Aki is a young businesswoman who blames Chakchanok for his parents' bankruptcy and suicide. Not only is Chakchanok Aki's business rival, he is also dating his sister Vanisa. Chakchanok's mother, Ampha, does not approve of Vanisa. At his younger sister Chacharpa's party, Ampha announces that Chakchanok is to marry Kesani. Vanisa, distraught over hearing this news, runs away from the party and gets raped by a gang of men, causing her to go insane. Aki blames Chakchanok for his sister's condition. He decides to take revenge by kidnapping Chachaba and taking her to an abandoned island where he tortures her physically and emotionally. Chachaba willingly sacrifices herself for her brother's sake, hoping to cool Aki's anger. However, things don't always go as planned as Aki starts developing feelings for Chachaba and learns that someone else may be behind Vanisa's attack. How will this game of vengeance end? Number 15. Mia Tuyan. Fa is a young lady who meets a man named Cade while working as a host at a car show. Cade falls instantly in love with her and comes to her aid to fight off a purse snatcher. When he offers to drop her off at the hospital to visit her father, she agrees. Cade receives an important phone call, and Fa, not wanting to be a burden to him, leaves without telling him. Suddenly, she receives a phone call from her stepsister's boyfriend saying that her stepsister is hurt and that he's coming to pick her up. When her stepsister's boyfriend picks her up, Kate sees her getting into the car with him. Meanwhile, Fa's dad is ill and her stepmom owes a large debt to Phil. She sends Fa to work as a maid at Kate's house to pay off the debt. Kate goes angry with her when she sees other men flirting with her. Fa doesn't understand Kate's sudden change in behavior. Hanging on to the memory of their sweet first encounter and to the thought of her father who needs the money for his hospital treatment, Fa perseveres despite the hardships. So which drama did you like the most? Let us know in the comments below. Also be sure to like, share and subscribe. Ta-da!